Hello, YouTube. I'm back again. Today, I want to talk about FEMA can't help you. I was talking to some people. I'm always talking to people. I don't know what it is. I'm just talking. And I was talking to people, and this one guy said that he's going to wait on the government to help him. I cracked up. I was laughing so hard, I think I hurt myself. Okay, let me tell you what the government gonna do. I mean, I don't blame the government. It's just the way it is. I mean, first of all, you waiting on FEMA, you dead. I mean, that's just the bottom line. You are a dead man. Don't wait on FEMA. Do things for yourself. Start to prep, start to plant, and get armed. Because when you wait on FEMA, and everybody knows you can just FEMA's history, it's just not what it should be. You're not going to be able to survive waiting on FEMA because all the FEMA going to do is either one, if you're lucky, and that's lucky just saying that, they might come and relocate you. Two, they just throw money at it. They say, well, here, we'll cover what your insurance don't cover and throw money at you. That's what they might do. And they usually do that. That's what they do. I haven't seen them do anything different. You know, FEMA only have 2,700 people. Okay, they don't have a lot of people. I mean, but you look at the size of this country, the number of people we have in here. Like I said, we have, since the last time I looked at the census, it was 330 million Americans here. Okay, and FEMA can't take care of all of us, so we're gonna have to take care of ourselves. That's why we prep, because things are like that. See, I mean, you got to stay positive because, even on a hard day or your bad day, days are going to get better. Better days are coming. Let me yell out to somebody. Hey, Adam, how you doing? Hey, holla, how you doing? Let's see. Hey, Bobby Sam Drummer, how you doing? Okay. It said, Adam said, I went with a church group to help after Katrina, handing out food, water, clothes, etc. Where was FEMA? FEMA is going to let them do whatever they do and just take all the credit. I'm telling you that now. Hey, ODC, Nikki, how you doing? Okay. Okay, so let me get back to what I was talking about. See, okay, the FEMA is broken. It's been broken ever since it's been put into effect. There is no hope if you had to wait for FEMA. Because, like I say, I remember when FEMA decided to do something different. Instead of giving all the people in Katrina money to move to other places, other cities, they got those FEMA trailers, and everybody knew about those FEMA trailers, right? They had contracted FEMA trailers to be built. So the contractor built the FEMA trailers, and for 10 years, people were living in those FEMA trailers, not knowing that they had formaldehyde in those FEMA trailers. And if you know anything about formaldehyde, that's 10 times as dangerous as a lot of stuff. I mean, that's what they consider a carcinogen. It goes right into your nervous system. Formaldehyde does. It's like a lethal gas and stuff. And it was killing people and making people sick. And so when FEMA found that out, because the lawsuits started to flow, they got rid of them. And you know what they did with them? They sold them to other people that didn't know that they had the formaldehyde in them. And people are living in those trailers today, especially out in North Dakota, because they bought most of them. And that's what FEMA do. And that was right at the Rita hit. They started putting them in Katrina, but they really started putting them in there at the Rita hit, those hurricanes, because this is hurricane season. For those of you who know, hurricane season. Yeah, let's see. So anyway, like I said, FEMA, all they do is coordinate. They don't really do nothing. They don't do anything. They come and walk around with their jackets on, and they come down there and they act like they doing everything. Like it's just a presence. That's all they are. They're just a presence. Because I remember when the tornado, we had like 4 tornadoes come through one city down around Dayton and tore up everything. I mean everything. I think maybe about 5-6 houses on the street was standing of a street that might have had 40 houses. I mean, that's how bad that was down there. And the FEMA came down there. They usually do, which is nothing, and walked around. And basically, I would just tell you like this. If you're waiting on the federal government, FEMA, because they part of Homeland Security, you're going to die. Don't wait on them. Don't wait on them. So tell your friends and family who's saying, well, the government gonna take care of me. They're not gonna take care of you. Your local government might take care of you. If you're lucky, you might get your fire department, you might get the Red Cross, you might get a rescue squad, you might even get the police. They might come and help you. But if things going bad, we had a real bad disaster out here, like a real bad storm coming through and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what you have to depend on. But if it's an outright riot and stuff like that, now I done been through 2 riots. Make it 3 riots because we had one back here about 2 years ago. I done seen 3 riots here in the city of Cleveland. And let me tell you something. I don't blame first responders if they don't come because people get crazy out there. They burn fire trucks, they turn over police cars and stuff like that. But now I'm getting off a point. I'm talking about riots. I'm talking about stuff that people shouldn't be doing. Okay, hold on. Let's see. At best, the government would be there in 48 to 72 hours. Good luck with that. Yeah, they'd be there, but not to help you. They'd be there to assess the property damage and the damage that was done around you. But if you come up to them and say, hey, I need some help, they say, okay, get in line. Fill out this form. Let's say, Anthony Brown, hi. You seem to go live sometimes when I'm taking a break. Totally cool. Yeah, I try to go live every Thursday at 2 o'clock because I'm usually waiting on my grandson to be dropped off. Now he's in daycare, and my daughter might go get me some lunch. Okay, Maverick Prepper is right there in their name. They are a management agency, not an action agency. You're right about that because they don't do no kind of action. You own your own. That's why I tell people, and I'm telling people now, prep for yourself, because nobody's going to come and help you. I mean, even your neighbors down the street ain't going to be able to help you because you got to watch out for them. They might be trying to come and get what you got because they might be what I call the unprepared people. You know what people do when you got things and they don't got things, especially in the city. They would come and try to take your stuff, especially if they think you weak. They do that. It's like being in junior high school, with the stronger kids always preyed on the weaker kids or whatever they call them, the nerds and stuff like that, or people they thought they couldn't defend themselves. That's why I say you need to do one or two things: food, water, safety, shelter, and a weapon. Okay, I say every journey, like I told Prepper Tube yesterday. Prepper Tribe watching this live, him and Just Josh, they got a new thing going on. They'll be on Sunday at 9 o'clock if you get a chance to watch them. But anyway, I told them they started a new together, and I told them every journey starts with one step, but I should have also told them, they should take those steps with humility and being humble because, see, things will humble you out here in the real world. It will humble you fast. Okay, like I say, FEMA, they'll come. You have a natural disaster like they did in Texas. You remember Texas? That was recent one. And they showed up, and I still think they're paying people right now to get stuff fixed because they're not going to help you. I mean, if I see FEMA coming down the street right now and I done had a national disaster, I'm not going to start screaming and jumping up and down saying, oh, we save, here come FEMA. All right. Because no, they're just going to come and look and see what happens. They're not going to come and bring a carpenter or an electrician and stuff like that. Then they're going to leave. And then in about a month or two, you might get some help because you got to fill out paperwork and send it to them. And then they might send it back to an address that no longer exists. Oh yeah. Water. And people forget can openers. You got to have can opener. I got 3 of them. I got them. Yeah. You see, I think we would rather fear the FEMA as well. We should. What that Reagan quote sometimes about the words most people should fear are, I'm the government and I'm here to help. I'll be rude. I apologize. Had to blurt out that time short. But you know what? I understand. Reagan was from my era. Reagan was one of my presidents. Like I said, I've been around a while, and I remember Reagan, and Reagan knew. Reagan knew he was an insider. He knew what was going on, and he seen stuff. He wasn't He wasn't born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He came up through the ranks like the rest of us. You know what I mean? So I would say with FEMA, don't trust them. I mean, just don't trust them. I mean, because see what they might do in real bad situation, they might know, especially if you're a prepper, they might say, hey, that guy got so many bottles of water in this house. I'm confiscating those in the name of the government. Take them and give them to the other people and distribute them to the other people. Well, doesn't that sound like communism? Take what you got and give it to the other people. Yeah, well, that's all right. But they might, let's say, the mission statement is classified. Let's say, if you're lucky, the National Guard will pick up in a deuce and a half truck and relocate you. Yeah, they're gonna relocate me. I doubt that they come and get me. They're not coming in the city. They're not coming in the city. They're gonna probably go to the suburbs and pick up a lot of people there in the richer neighborhood, but they're not coming to the city. They might go to the museums down the street here and pick up artwork and save the artwork, you know, but don't save the people. It's funny. Let me tell you what I was thinking earlier when I was getting ready to do this video. And I was thinking back when we had this virus thing out here, and they was building all these makeshift medical tents and all these buildings that they had. I ain't gonna say confiscated, paid for to have government people put people in those buildings and stuff that was sick and stuff. You know, I think that was just a dry run for when stuff really happened for future FEMA camps, because they found out putting people in those trailers didn't really work well. And, you know, they want to put people somewhere, especially if something happened and the government decide that, look, we can't keep all these people here because we got a history. Our government has a history of putting people in camps. I'm serious. You look them up. They have a history of putting people in camps. And me and you and everybody else is no different. They will come in and they will say, you can no longer stay here. You will have to go. We need your property. We need what you got. And we're going to have to relocate you for your own good and your own safety. And that's the first thing they will tell you. That's when you end up with a FEMA camp. And they will never call them FEMA camps. They will call them something else because everybody knows about FEMA camps, so they can never do the FEMA camp thing. But I can tell you one thing the government would do. They will bury you. Not the government. I should stop saying government. FEMA, because government and FEMA is two different things. I mean, even though they're part of the Homeland Security, they don't mess with each other. They separate entities. They will provide. FEMA will provide financial assistance if you die from this virus, the COVID-19, and they will bury you. Yes, they will bury you. That's one thing FEMA will do. You know. They will bury you. I know a lot of you seen the pictures of the coffins they had way back about 5-6 years ago. I think they still got them. I don't know what they're going to do with them, but they will bury you. So that's what you got to look forward to if we have another pandemic or another natural disaster. Let's see. Annalie Brown, cool idea about the labeling. Okay, we can just as a forward operating base. We got several big buildings here. We got the arenas and convention centers. Let's see. I never got the FEMA coffin. I don't understand if there are a lot of bodies to do away with. They will burn the bodies, wouldn't they? They would be the most cost effective. You would think so, but you know how big a furnace is that you need to burn several 100,000 people? I don't think you could burn them all. You had to stack them all. That's why they had those refrigerated trucks parked on the street in some cities like New York. Refrigerated trucks with bodies in them. Remember, because they couldn't burn them all. You can't burn them all. And there's some you might not want to burn because it depends on what they died of. It might be a disease, and then you don't want to make that airborne. So it's a problem with that. That's why they figure that shit. They just put them in a coffin and throw some dirt on them. I guess. I don't know. I said shit. Damn. I said damn. Shit. Damn. I'm sorry. I don't need to cut it. Just come out sometimes. I got to buy lots of WD-40 to remove foods labels. Lou Austin, how you doing, Lou? Haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Annalie Brown and Ivy Roots. I don't think I said hello to you guys. Yeah, so anyway, let me get back to this because this is not going to be very long because I don't really want to start talking too much about FEMA because they will cut your channel off or make it start buffering and stuff like that. Let me say, so that's what they did to the Indian tribes, forced them to the reservation. Yes, they moved all the Indian tribes out of Florida and West Virginia and all the places east and sent them out to Oklahoma and places like that, the Trail of Tears. And they did it for their own safety. That's what they say. They did it for their own good. That's what they'll tell you. They did that for their own good. That's what they told them. Uprooted the whole people, so they won't be the first time it happened. They did it to the Japanese in World War II, put them in internment camp for their own safety. I just seen something the other day about Tulsa, Oklahoma. Did you know after that happened, that riot they had up there, they took all the citizens of Tulsa, Oklahoma that were black and put them all in a camp, in a camp, 6,000 people, all the survivors, they put them in a camp for their own safety. So the government have a history of putting us in places for our own safety. So don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Like I say, some of the stuff that they're doing now is just a prelude to what they're gonna do to you later. Like I said, some of these places that they have established, like building like I say, medical tents in the middle of football fields and stuff like that. That's just a dry run. I mean, our government, not government, I couldn't say that. I need to stop. Homeland Security and FEMA, they nefarious. That's all I can say. Okay. I mean, if we have a thing happen like maybe Yellowstone and things go bad with that, you'll find out. They will be exposed. Every major disaster we have, FEMA is always exposed. They're always the last one on the ground, and they're always the first one to leave. They will tell the locals, which is your state and local government, you guys handle it, send me the bill. That's what they're gonna do. You always gotta ask the federal FEMA for money. So don't be fooled because they will not come to save you. You don't be expecting to see a big old truck ride down the street, expecting to put you in it to take you to safety. They will not do that. Last time they came down the streets and did something like that, putting people in them trucks and taking them to safety, was in the Louisiana Superdome, and you know how that worked out. They have no plan. They have no plan. If we had a zombie invasion, don't even expect them to even leave out their office. You just get text messages on your phone. Hey, Pave Explorer, how you doing, John Coffey? Let's see. I appreciate your properly curved hat. Oh yeah, this is my Browns. I may say so. Hard to find someone wearing a properly curved hat nowadays. Yeah, back when I was about, I'll say 10, I used to have this San Francisco Giants hat because I was a big fan of Willie Mays. And I always had my hat like this because he wore his hat like that. And I tried to make all my hats like this. Okay. So anyway, I was talking about the camps. Yeah, I remember once this lady, she said that we had a FEMA camp here in Cleveland. And so I went out and I searched every place she said that this camp was. I went all over the city. Matter of fact, not all over the city. I went all over the county, Cuyahoga County. I mean, we're not a giant-sized county. We're not a big county, and we got roads everywhere. And I went everywhere. I went all the places she said this camp was. We don't have one here. We do not have one here. Maybe they might have one outside the county, but in the city, in the county of Cuyahoga, we don't have a FEMA camp. We never had one, and we don't have one. But if they needed to put one, we got plenty of places they can put them. We got plenty of places. We got the old Job Corps Center. It's vacant now. It's almost brand new. They built it, and then they ended up having a scandal, and they closed it. But anyway, that's a whole other story. Like I say, so if anything really happened, and you need to depend on somebody, depend on yourself. And if you can't depend on yourself, you better hope that the fire department is working or the rescue squad is working. And then, the way we've been treating it. Now, I shouldn't say we. The way the police been treated nowadays, I doubt if they really want to come out because people will start shooting at them because they police. And that's the way I feel about that because people are crazy and they do stupid stuff. And then the Red Cross would feed you. Let me tell you what FEMA would do. FEMA would get you some bottled water. They would get you some blankets. And then they would tell you to have a nice day. They would definitely give you blankets and bottled water because they won't really do too much after that. And then they'll write you a check later on down the line. But you got to prove your damage. Even if you're standing in front of your house and it's been collapsed by 5 or 6 trees that collapsed on it because you had a tornado come through, you still had to prove it. They'll tell you to take pictures. Crazy. Yeah, but that's okay. And they took the guns by force. Oh, I remember in Katrina, they brought people to safe camps and they turned them to fight camps. Wouldn't let the people leave either. Now, once you get in those camps, you in. You're not going anywhere. 22 watching 7 thumbs up. Oh, come on, guys. Show some love. Get those thumbs up. Thumbs up. Yeah, give me a thumbs up. Hey, Magic Ball, how you doing? Hey, prepared veteran, how you doing? So like I said, I have nothing. What I love. Don't get me wrong. You may hear me complain and gripe about my government because it's my right. I'm an American. I mean, I love our government. I love our democracy or republic or whatever it is. But I'll tell you, I wouldn't want to live in any other kind of government. I wouldn't want to live in a communist government. But we just got problems that they eventually will work out. Maybe not in my lifetime. Maybe get things straight. But like I say, we do some stupid stuff that the average person on the lower level of things with like me. I mean, I'm a retiree. I'm a senior citizen. I've been around for quite a few years, seen a whole lot of administrations. So I'm saying like that. Hey, Aaron, how you doing? That's Aaron Oliga, y'all. If y'all haven't had a chance to go on Facebook and check out his prepper group, it's called Codename Aaron, ARIN. You need to check that out. He is very good. That's Aaron Olinger. So anyway. Oh, okay. Unplayed sport. I met Willie Mays in Strongsville at a baseball card convention at the Holiday Inn in the late 70s or early 80s. I never met Willie Mays. Let's see. I met 3 ball players. I met Mudcat Grant. He was working at Sears because that's back in the 60s when baseball players had to get a second job. And I met Satchel Paige. He was a good friend of my father's. They grew up in the same area. I met Satchel Paige and I met somebody else. I don't know who he was. But anyway, I met what his name? Albert Bell. I met him too. But that's the only 3 ball players I met. Albert Bell, Mudcat Grant, and Satchel Paige. Yeah, that's way back when. Yeah. So anyway. Yes, I met Satchel Paige. Yes, he was retired then. I think I met him. I think it was 1967, 66. I was young. I was maybe about 11 years old. He came to town, and he's a good friend of my father's. My father knew him. My father played Negro League baseball way back when he was down south. He's like I said, he's from Tennessee. Tennessee. He came up here in I guess in 50, something like that. Yeah, but that's a whole nother story. Yeah, so if you must watch something mundane like Murder, She Wrote or something, don't do. Oh yeah, I like Murder, She Wrote. Jessica. Anyway, like I told everybody at the beginning of this, stay positive. Even on our bad days, we got a silver lining coming. You know what I mean? We got better days coming ahead. So, like I say, things are bad right now. And people don't seem to realize things are bad. Like I said in my last video, that we are 70% heading toward an apocalypse. And people don't understand the difference between a SHTF and an apocalypse. See, we live through SHTFs all the time. It's always something. Your house burned down. That's SHTF for you. You know what I mean? Or you end up like the people along the Mississippi River and stuff like that when it floods every year, and your whole house is halfway underwater up to your second floor window.